Today I'm reviewing Avatar, Fire and Ash, the third movie in James Cameron's long-running Avatar series, and this film feels less like just a movie and more like another long trip back to the world of Pandora. Cameron has always wanted audiences to feel fully immersed, like they're visiting another planet rather than watching a story, and that idea is still very strong here. The visuals are huge, colorful, and packed with detail, and once again Cameron reminds us how much effort went into performance capture and visual effects, almost saying, "This is real filmmaking, not AI." But even with all that beauty, the sense of wonder doesn't feel as fresh as it once did. It has been many years since the first Avatar, and while Fire and Ash is impressive, it also makes you wonder why you are still here after spending nearly 9 hours across 3 films. The movie is over 3 hours long, making it the longest Avatar yet, and while you can feel Cameron's passion for this world and its characters, his interest often feels stronger than the audience's. This time, the story shifts from ocean life to another culture clash, introducing a new and violent Nasik's clan known as the Ash People, led by the fierce Varang, who teams up with the returning villain Colonel Quaritch and the human colonizers. For fans who have followed the series closely, this movie offers some rewarding moments, especially with Quaritch, who remains one of the most interesting characters in the franchise. He's cruel and dangerous, but also strangely fascinating, especially as he begins to enjoy life in a Nasik's body. His connection with Varang adds energy that the earlier films sometimes lacked. However, for viewers who never felt deeply connected to Pandora, this movie may feel like returning to a vacation you barely remember, familiar but oddly distant. Over time, the Avatar films have started to feel like beautiful but sealed worlds, packed with design and technology but missing emotional depth. Despite massive box office success, these movies leave a surprisingly small cultural impact, and that's largely because the characters often feel hollow and the drama feels more theoretical than real. Everything looks believable, yet almost every movement and line of dialogue feels slightly unnatural, creating an uncanny feeling that's both impressive and distracting. The story picks up after the battle from the Way of Water, with the Nasiks recovering weapons from the ocean floor, which raises moral questions when the aggressive Ash people threaten them. Should they use human weapons to fight fire with fire? This conflict ties into the larger theme of the film, whether humans and Nasiks can truly coexist, or whether one side will completely change the other. This question is explored through 3 key characters. First is Spider, the human son of Quaritch, who lives among the Nasiks and suddenly discovers he can breathe Pandora's air without help, making him extremely valuable to human forces. Then there's Jake Sully, once human, now fully Nasiks, whose relationship with Neytiri is strained as fear and prejudice grow between their worlds. But the most compelling character remains Quaritch, who, despite leading the invasion, seems genuinely alive on Pandora and even uncomfortable with how other humans talk about the Nasiks. When someone tells him, "You've got new eyes, Colonel. All you've got to do is open them," it feels like the core message of the movie. The Avatar films have certainly opened eyes to new cinematic possibilities, even if their stories don't always land emotionally. In the end, Fire and Ash earns about 2.5 stars out of 4. It's long, beautiful, sometimes exciting, sometimes empty, but it's driven by Cameron's sincere belief in this world. And even if I'm not fully lost in Pandora anymore, there's something kind of admirable about a filmmaker who still believes so strongly in dreaming up a better world and inviting us to visit it one more time.